Hello. Oh, I just realized that should be better. Hello, welcome back to SideQuest. We're doing the weekly podcast where I just give you your basic news of entertainment, and if you don't like it, this is NPC news. Just put it on as a background. That's all it is. I hope that's not too loud. I'll turn that down just slightly. I don't know how loud that is. If you got any feedback for me, let me know. I have had a very busy week. I've had to fix the toilet. I had to cry in the corner about money and all that stuff. So, uh, if you don't like it, that's just what it is. But thank you for joining me. This is Side Quest. We do 3 segments. I'm going to try getting into the third segment. Last week was the Super Mario Bros. Review for the mid segment. We didn't have enough time to get to, or I didn't have enough time to even get to the Batman Year Zero. Uh, what is it? 4? I see this next Batman Year Zero. It it has a lot going on in it. I actually have 3 pages of notes right now, and it's not done. I'm not done with the book, so I can't go through with it unless you want to go in parts of this one book, or not even not book. I'm talking about just this not strip. They're all comic books in one series. I've got volume 1. Do you know what I mean? But uh, we're moving on to side quest stuff. So if you don't know, NPC news, as I said, is where you just come to get your news, whether or not you care or not. It's all based upon what I think is more newsworthy. No, I have not covered Black Snake. Why? I don't I don't care. The only thing I think is I think I saw Charlie Hopkins. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He did a deep fake reaction with regular Snape, and like he made him cool. I'm like, I mean, it was one frame. I don't know if what that's about. I don't know. It's not out yet, but it's interesting. If it's a long or I can't even say if it's more like the books. I who knows? Peeves could be like Taco Bell nowadays, uncolorful. So, uh, this last week we have some news. So every week, NPC news. Happy Easter. That happened. Big box office news as well with the Easter showing. If you don't celebrate Easter, hope you had a wonderful Sunday. If you don't, if you do celebrate Easter, he is risen. Uh, but yes, there was big box office. I was definitely a part of the big box office contributors. Uh, that's because I went to go see the Super Mario Galaxy, and I do have a review. That's the next segment after NPC news. So there is that. Then, uh, it the Super Mario Galaxy, and this is as of today's Wednesday, Monday. So I took my notes on news Monday. So yes, I do, and then I do have an update on one of my news. Uh, but it earned 372.5 million. That is actually crazy. Um, for the reason, like I did hear that they have a smaller budget than usually Disney films, which makes sense because from what I heard, again, what I heard is that they outsource their animation. I guess I don't know exactly, but right now it's proving cost effective and it's very effective, especially with 372.5 million. That's a lot. Um, Compared to movies that have been recently coming out, like the last movie I went to go see was Iron Lung. That made 17 million on a budget of like 3 million. That's a good uh, box office rate as well. But I mean, like right now, it's just movies that are getting me out, are movies I want to see, and movies that you know seem interesting. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, like Let's see. What was it? The hide and seek game or not game? Yeah, the game. The movie hide and seek or two or something like that. Or come and find something like here I come, right or not here I come. That's it, or something like here. Either way, it's a movie. It has a plot. If I didn't have anything better to do, sure, I could give it a watch. Maybe give my 2 cents. But I don't have that much time. I mean, I take my kids to the park on the weekends. I mean, it's not like and we're trying to prep, and we've been slacking. I've been trying to get my daughter back on. Well, trying to get that. We have to go through the Mandalorian series with my daughter, and we've gone from Acolyte. Yeah, they had to start there. Acolyte all the way up to halfway through Return of the Jedi. So we're halfway through there. I went through a whole bunch of Clone Wars, all this stuff leading up to episode 3 re-release last year. We got through it. I had to skip some episodes of Clone Wars. That's fine. We know there's filler for a reason because, filler. But either way, we're moving on through that, and we still have like another month and a half to go through 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, a Book of Boba Fett, and then Ahsoka possibly, which I think Zeb was in The Mandalorian. So I don't think Ahsoka's too necessary, but Amelia does she does like Ahsoka, and she hasn't seen the live action yet. So interested to see that reaction. But yes, Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Galaxy earned 372 and a half globally, about approximately 190 million worldwide. Okay, so that must be the non-domestic numbers, or unless I have that backwards, where that's the domestic number and the rest is that. Either way, I wouldn't expect too much more coming from the outside, but since it is Mario, Japanese game, probably going to get more from that area of the world. I'm thinking, probably. Project Hail Mary stayed strong at number 2, crossing 217 million domestic toll mark. Okay, so we have Super Mario Galaxy with that movie opening weekend 372. We have Project Hail Mary, was getting praised by a lot of people, just hit 217. I think that's a good comparison on why, on how to bring people into the movies. You bring people to the movies of things you want to see. You want to know what I heard about Project Hail Mary? You see the trailer, it's practically spoiled. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't care for the trailer. It's Ryan Gosling. Okay. There hasn't been, all I know is that he's going into space. You know what I get more excitement with? The actual astronauts that just went around the moon. That's more exciting than Project Hail Mary, in my opinion. Because this is all I know. Why? I didn't look it up. Then we have this one. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson star in the drama. It came in third with 14.3 million. And apparently it's got discussions going around because of plot twists. I'm going to say that's got to be a passion project because, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I think we're becoming way too oversaturated. How should I say this? Oversaturated in the fact of there's so much content and so many stories that kind of just suck, to be honest. It's like, how should I put it? A lot of overlapping themes. Because Project Hail Mary, honestly, it sounds like that one movie that came out like 10 years ago with Chris Pratt and what's her name, who played the young version of Jennifer Lawrence, that's the one. And if you knew who the young version I was talking about, that's X-Men reference. But I feel like that's just practically the same thing. Just take away one more person. So less budget, same thing. I don't know. But when there's so much stuff that people want to watch, and I mean, clearly I don't have the time. I'm a dad. I have to try fixing up the house. The only time I get I can really, well, I mean, I watch a lot of stuff. You want to know why? It's because I don't have money to fix up the goddamn house. I just fixed the toilet. What do you think I did during that? Watch a show? No, I was fucking learning how to fix a toilet. All right. Sorry about the language. I'm getting a little riled up here about things getting me mad. But if it's passion projects, don't expect to make money. And I think the same is going with video games, because I feel like people are getting priced out of that, firstly. Like, it's a lot. I just got, and I've said this in previous streams, WWE 2K26, and I've been enjoying it. I'm not an avid watcher of wrestling. I loved going through the Netflix vault stuff and like that. And then I remember a couple years back, like 4 or 5 years ago, I went through it again, except just pay-per-views, because I remember not watching the pay-per-views when I was a kid. Because, money, then cost pay-per-view. Anyhow, that was the latest game I bought. And the other games I've only gotten besides that are mainly for my kids. Not really so for me. I mean, technically I did get Super Mario Galaxy, but again, that wasn't my money. My daughter just had a birthday. She used her own money, and I just was like, you know what? You can't afford this. I'll pay off the rest. It was $10. Super Mario Galaxy? No, I paid the rest of $10. She got whatever from her birthday. So, thank you, Grandma. Great-grandma. For the money. And then we have Hoppers. Sorry, am I stretching this out too far? Am I stalling? Hoppers might be fizzling out, but reached the 297 million mark. That's been out for a month now, something like that. Do I even have release dates of coming this week? I think I do. But it's reached that. And again, Mario beat that in a weekend. It's opening weekend. And like I said, review coming up after this. So, if you wanna be aware of that, stay later. Okay. So that was movies. Now we're moving on to TV. I broke it down to more sections. Ooh. Netflix price hike to push customers. Oh, this was my opinion. Netflix has a price hike. That's gonna be coming again. I guess for the non-ad stuff. And what do they say? What I say? I said they're doing it to push customers to watch more ads. Yeah, I have Netflix, and it's like watching YouTube once in a while. Granted, it's only been there's usually like I said, I've been watching Vault on Netflix as of late. And to be honest, as of late, I haven't watched that in a week. So, because I've been on YouTube getting my content fixed there. Because where else can I find? I mean, I bet I could find it somewhere else, but it's easier for YouTube because there's no fucking ads. Sorry for language. There's no ads because I am paying for the free version on YouTube. That's me. I do that. I go on YouTube. I listen to music on YouTube Music while I'm at work. It makes sense for me to use it there. Could I go to Rumble? I don't know. Maybe. My content is on YouTube, and I was watching documentaries on say Paul Bearer and whatnot, and then and I'm like, that's a good listen, and get to hear the background. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I ended up, or a week and a half ago, I ended up watching WrestleMania 40, trying to get back into it. So I think that's where I'm also heading down to as well when it comes down to my watching stuff. Aside from the fact to prep my daughter for Mandalorian Grogu, then luckily the comic is going to be easier because it's for Supergirl. So I have that to prepare for with her as well. Let's see. Jack Black went on Sunday Night Live. No, Saturday Night Live for the fifth time, reaching the Fifthers Club or something is what I read. It was his fourth time hosting, so he was a guest one of those 5 times. Whatever happens there, it happens there. It's not my. It's Saturday Night Live. They haven't. I have. Let's see. The 2 funniest guys that I think are on Saturday Night Live are the guys who write each other's jokes and try to get them to say the most horrible stuff. Why? Because it's funny. That's actually funny. Everything else, like, I don't know if this was if this was the skit that was used with Jack Black in it, or from that, or if this was one of the other 4 times. But I saw this one skit of Jack Black, literally of the women all like conversing, and then all the men are like, be like, I don't know what to do. I'm a man. Stuff like that, not knowing what to say, and all of a sudden they go into a huge "Carry On My Wayward Son," which is, I guess it's a dream a guy would like to do. I mean, if you are caught up in a impromptu arpeggio? No. Our acapella group, out of the blue, I'm sure the guys in that group would just love it. Like, be like, I had a moment with these guys, and be like, yeah, we did that moment. Yes, I think that's exactly what guys would do. However, that's a moment thing. It's not a, hey, watch these guys do it. No, the guys are having fun because that's what guys do. They want to have fun. It's like, they don't want to, at that point, it's like, yeah, of course women don't understand that, because guys are having fun while they just see them go like, arr, 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 arr. So maybe I'm having some issues in my head right now. I just want to rage. Maybe that's what's going on. Schitt's Creek update. SCHITTS. Okay, not what Schitt's Creek I'm up. If that gets watched back by my other half. Don Levy said probably won't get a sequel, more likely due to the passing of Catherine O'Hara. I believe Catherine O'Hara was the woman who died from who's from the Home Alone series as Kevin's mom. Could I be wrong on that? More than likely. That's why I'm checking my notes. We didn't have any deaths this week, right? Did we? I didn't see any deaths. And if you did die, you weren't important enough to be noticed on NPC News. So, sorry about that. Oscars. This is SideQuest 5. That was the week. That was previous week. What? 0 Year. Hoppers, Lanterns, Teaser. Did I get to this? Yes, I did. SideQuest 4. Where's SideQuest 2? Where's SideQuest 3 notes? Super SideQuest part. What? I'm missing my notes. Those damn kids tore off my notes. Huh. Those dang kids took my notes. Well. Oh well. Yeah, well, Catherine O'Hara, well, sorry for your loss of sequel because of your loss of life. We'll move on to music. uh, oh, I thought I wrote down I half E, but turns out I wrote YE. It's yay. He sold out a comeback concert in L.A. of all places. I mean, of all places, a comeback concert of that guy in L.A. The most bigoted. I wouldn't say bigoted. Uh, the most judgmental area probably in the world. I mean, judgmental. I mean, and I mean like, oh, we're not that judgy. You have homeless people like everywhere. You have fraud. What was it? The $160 billion or 150 billion in fraud, and yet what? How does that get lost? I mean, I could use 1 million of that. It wouldn't make a difference of that fucking fraud. I'm sorry. I'm losing it again. This this episode is not for kids. Please leave a like down below if you want me to continue that. Otherwise, comment if you want to say, tell me to stop doing that. I'm sorry. I'm losing my temper a bit here. But again, it just kind of surprises me after exactly the whole, yay and the whole Hitler thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I didn't cover it here because I'm not a part of that. First of all, second of all, I wasn't doing this yet, so I'm doing current stuff. You can hear about Ye now. He held out a sold out concert of L.A. He faced. This is my update. He faced ongoing backlash of potential removal from London's Summer Festival. Turns out he got removed. He's, I guess, not allowed in London or England. Well, he might be allowed in England, but he might not be allowed to do this festival. That's all I know. I didn't look too much deeper into that because why the hell do I care? Why do I need to know if he's going to be going? I'm not going to watch him. I don't listen to him. That's for your information to find out. I'm just telling you it. That's what makes this NPC news. Uh, Man, if I was videoing that edit, would have been awesome. Girl who played Ginny Weasley or Bonnie Wright is prego. Oh, pregnant. Sorry. Notes, shorthand. Had to go through. I have kids around. Had to do stuff. Is prego and pregnant, and Taylor. So there's that. So congratulations, Taylor Lautner, expecting first child with wife. Is that the guy from the Twilight? And I'm not talking about Robert Patterson. I know that one. He's also up in the upper part of my notes with the drama. So yeah, Taylor Lautner. He's like the other guy, right? He ended up or expecting a child. Expecting child, having child. What was it? Expecting. So congratulations, you crazy. I don't know if you're a kid because I'm 33. I don't know if that's kidly. I had my kid about 8 years ago. So yeah. Crazy kid. No, if it's Taylor Lautner, if he was in Twilight, he's probably older than me because I'm doing a lot of color commentary on my own shit. Excuse the language. Let's see. Taylor Swift. Oh boy, I don't like this. I don't want to talk about this, but I am because it's bigger news than anything else this week. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have rumors of wedding during the summer in Rhode Island. Why do I say rumors in the summer? Because I think it said June, and I'm not gonna. It had like a specific day. I'm like, what the? If it's a rumor, why are you going so specific? Are you going with the time too? I don't give a crap. if they get married, oh man, when if they were to get a divorce, ooh, you are going to be expecting a top chart album, either that or in my opinion, a uh Britney Spears crash out. I'm hoping for the latter. Why? I don't think I should get into it on stream. Mainly because I bring politics into it. And that's a little bit reason why I didn't want to do it. Or don't like her. So, yeah. Celebrities, politics, stay away. You two together and me and that together. That's at least my opinion. If you want to know who I am a Republican. I don't give a shit what you think. But that is my opinion. I ain't going off of that. That's not why you're here. I just could get a little bit pissed sometimes, and I'm not going to express it in that manner right now. Maybe later, but not now. Then we got releases coming up. So yeah. Top streaming releases: Euphoria Season 3. I heard it. I think I heard the good things about it. Do I know the plot? No. Do I know anybody in it? Maybe, but maybe not. Do I know what it's on? No. So, if you like Euphoria, it's coming. Oh, these are all on April 6th, by the way. So that happened 2 days ago. So, again, Monday is when I did this. Tuesday, Wednesday, and like I said, I had an update on one of them. So, if I have another update, I'll come back next week. So, enjoy that. The Boys Season 5. Oh, and apparently, I know that one's on Amazon. I have watched like 3 or 4 episodes of the first season. And that was it. I think I could have gotten into it more. I think I could have. Because I like Peacemaker. I like Peacemaker a lot. But I think if I watched The Boys more, I don't think I would have liked Peacemaker as much. So, and that's the whole oversaturation thing I was telling about earlier. It'd be like, well, we have this thing already people can get into. Blast through that. And then we have Peacemaker. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I like Peacemaker more than what I like The Boys in that first few episodes. And it's fine. I like DC. Let's see. Oh Romeo, Shahid Kapoor. I don't know what that is. That's all I wrote down. That's literally all I wrote down. Oh Romeo, Shahid. Oh, stars. I wrote down a star, Shahid Kapoor. I did not realize that's what that meant at first. So there's that. I don't know anything about that. Does not sound Italian. Shahid Kapoor. Is that Jewish? I don't know. Oh, Romeo. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Romeo. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Italy, which then leads to the Catholicism, which then leads to Judaism. You're like, well, that's Shahid is a poor Christian with that name. Maybe. Or maybe that's a Muslim name. I don't know. I don't know this person. I don't know this show or movie. That's exactly the point. There was nothing to interest me in this. How you expect to get people to watch it? But I've been hyping this one up. So, again, if I'm putting out stuff that might piss somebody off, be like, oh, you don't care about this? I don't care. I'm putting out what I care about. And as I was saying, I was caring about Maul Shadowlord. The first 2 episodes have been released. Have I reviewed them? No. Have I watched them? Absolutely not. Am I waiting to watch it with my daughter? Yes. Maybe a little bit. Should I watch it by myself? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how dark it gets. It's definitely in the old anime, or not old animation style, in the animation style. It's not a live action. No, we did not go through. By the way, no, we did not go through Andor with Amelia, my daughter, who I'm getting caught up on that. Just saying. So there's that. Um, but yeah, that happened 2 days ago. I'll be wanting to watch that probably this weekend if I have nothing going on in the middle of the day and the boy is not, or and the boy is napping. That's again hope. Let's see. And because oh yeah, that's right. I always have that on Star Wars news, and that's me. If there is any. Star Wars Starfire. Reports indicate it has wrapped up production and is scheduled for May 28th, 2027. So, where am I getting this fact? AI. It said it. It led to a link. So, I could see that getting pushed back just by obvious reasons. Or I don't know. The whole Kathleen Kennedy shaisa, with how they're playing on having movies released. I don't know what's going on. We'll see. I will see The Mandalorian Grogu when that comes out. I will base it on what I know as a giant Star Wars fan. And if it gets poorly reviewed, I could definitely see Starfire getting sent back even further for more editing. Even though they have like a year, it better be a good story, or at least be a story that they can at least get people into the theater and be like, hey, this is a plot that you want to see. Not, hey, this is a plot. And that's it. So, that's all I want. Will I get it?
How about no?
No. So, yeah, I'm a little gassed on that. It just, that's one of those things where I internalize it instead of going like a crazy person doing a protest outside for a king. Fun fact: MLB Star Wars Nights are back. Am I going? No. Why? It's sold out. Star Wars Nights sold out. I'm mad. I wanted to go with friends or at least another someone else. I asked my buddy, no answer for a week. Then I mentioned it to my neighbor, who's friends with my daughter, my neighbor and his son, who's friends with my daughter and whatnot, and I'm friends with them. We'll probably go with them later this year to a game because I want my daughters to have the baseball stadium experience, at least know what it's like. It's American pastime. But then yeah, the Star Wars night got sold out. So there's that. And I can't go do that with them this year. Maybe next year. I'm sure Star Wars Night's going to be back. They do a laser show afterwards, from what I read. But oh, I was sitting on my leg that entire time. Now my foot's asleep. I hope you're enjoying the music. Uh, I should. I'm just gonna leave this out there for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the music, there you go. Uh, Mario Galaxy Morning Jazz. That's what's currently playing. Rosalina in the Observatory, which leads into. Hold on. That's the wrong button. Nope, that was actually the right button. I'm being an idiot right now. I don't need to change any settings right now. I just need to be
Allegedly.
allegedly retarded. So, I just actually needed to move my screen. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. So, why? Because we're back at it again with a script. Why? Why are we back at it again with the script, you may be wondering. Sorry. Just making sure I have this correct. Why do we have this with the script? Why am I going to be talking scriptly? Well, that's going to be because I don't want to. I don't want this review to take forever. I put all my notes in there. I antiquated them correctly. This review, spoiler free. You are free to listen to it. I don't believe there will be any spoilers. As far as I'm aware, I left everything out of. I left everything out from the ending. The only thing is that the only real spoiler is Fox McCloud, and that got posted on like a poster or something. That got posted on a poster of posting post. Puh. Anyhow. I can't make my window any smaller. Oh, I can make it less tall. Hold on. Can I get... All right. Well. Sources, we'll get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. Let's do that. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Just had to get rid of a bunch of other stuff. All right. So, we've moved on from NPC news, and now the Super Mario Galaxy review. So, welcome back. Today we're blasting off with my review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. The 2026 animated adventure, comedy, and sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 2023. It was directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic. I think I said that right. It was again written by Matthew Fogel, who wrote the last movie as well, and was produced by Illumination and Nintendo. So this would be their second movie together, I believe, if we're going with straight Nintendo. Which again, I think that's what's going on. Nintendo is also celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. Anniversary of the company, probably not, because if I recall, they make playing cards back in the 1800s. If I recall, 40th anniversary of Mario, maybe. I didn't look it up too much. I just wanted to get the review in of my notes and whatnot. There's your information. I did give you information about the movie on how much you made already. So there is that. Chris Pratt, Anna Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, and Jack Black and Keegan-Michael Key all reprise their roles. And then you have John. Donald Glover is playing as Yoshi. We have a Groot situation, clearly. But even then, I really couldn't tell. I was like, why the hell is he standing there? It's like he did the voice of Yoshi. And after watching the movie, it seems like there was one scene that they literally put in there just to make it seem like Yoshi was more Donald Glover. I think that's what happened. I just realized for some reason it says my background is animated. I don't know why it says it's animated because of those. Got it. Forgot. Yeah. And then you have Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. You have Glenn Powell as Fox McCloud and Brie Larson as Rosalina. Not much I think happens with Rosalina. She's really the princess that needs saving in this movie, which that's how Mario games have worked for the longest of times. Um, the only difference is that spoiler. Uh, but I think Fox McCloud does a good job. Brie Larson does a good job as Rosalina. I think there's not much to both those characters, but they do something enough to be a main character. Uh, so to see if this cosmic sequel captures the magic of the games, the movie opens up with a charming, peaceful moment in space. Rosalina treating the Lumas like her own children. And you've probably seen this in the trailer. Reading to them a bedtime story that happens. I don't think you saw that in the trailer. But still, it's a calm scene, and it gets interrupted by the giant mechanical creature from the trailer. Instead of Rosalina defeating it like it showed her, she did do that, but it wasn't enough to take it out. And Kamek comes into the picture and takes her, and eventually, with Kamek comes to the help of Bowser Jr., who is piloting the mech. Kamek, he gets teary eyed throughout the movie, but watching Bowser Jr., he's capturing his first princess mission. He's like, I'm so proud of you. I can't do it. Oh, master. You gotta get like that. You have to go. I can't say on how you do the voice, but think of picking up pennies and give like a oh master. Ah. So there's that. And I'm not trying to say Gollum voiced either. That one's more. It's more gargly, but you know what I mean. That's Kamek's voice. Oh no, it's a dry gargle, maybe is what I'm trying to get. But during the chaos, the brave little Luma escapes. So Rosalina gets captured. Luma comes with. Luma escapes. Luma gets sent. And rushes to get Peach. And you're explaining on how they know Peach from the stories from the very beginning. Peach then heads off into the galaxy with Toad, leaving Mario and Luigi behind with Yoshi to defend the Mushroom Kingdom. And Yoshi's introduced at the very beginning. You literally see it in one of the trailers as well of how they get Yoshi, and that's about it. He's just there. So with Peach gone, Bowser Jr. goes after his father. He doesn't know she's gone. He just goes after his father. And that's when Mario and Luigi and Yoshi all get swept into the wild gravity-defying galaxy adventure. I think what worked well, and this can go back and forth, because what worked well and what didn't work well, it could go back and forth, depending on you. What really shines in this movie are the visuals. Just like the first film, the galaxy feels incredibly colorful and alive. We get to explore brand new locations and see creative power-ups in action, which is a ton of fun. The cameos are decent overall. You got a couple of them. I don't know if I should spoil it. I mean, I think people have said that Rob was in it. He is in it. I think he has a funny moment in it. I can give him that. I'm not going to spoil the other one that the other main cameo during the big fight sequence. I'm not going to spoil that one, but that one was a fun one with a funny joke with it too. Even if you don't understand it, you could be like, yeah, as a kid, it's funny. And I heard that in the theater. I think they helped. The Fox McCloud cameo, I think, was definitely good. It definitely helped to make Nintendo World feel bigger. It is explained on how he's there. He got sucked into a different dimension. I think I said something like that last week with my Mario Bros review. They didn't go more into detail on why. They just said it happened, or maybe I forgot the scene and he don't, or maybe it was like a black hole thing. I just remember it was a different dimension, which is exactly where I'm starting to think more of. Okay, those guys are all in that universe or dimension. Where's the next dimension coming from? Because earlier in the movie, and this is not a spoiler, this is just it, it's explained what happened with Yoshi, and because we see at the end of the last movie Yoshi's egg in the sewers and in the real world, I guess the Mario real world. So he goes. This is that Donald Glover scene where he's just walking down the street and it's just crazy stuff happening. Be like, I'm looking at everybody. Like, oh, that's a dinosaur. Oh, there's Donkey Kong fighting the police for some reason. That's about it. So it doesn't seem like Donkey Kong's back in the normal world. Who knows? Definitely seems like it's getting teased that more characters are coming into this world to get that Super Smash thing. And I think what they're trying to do is do it, I think, better. I'm hoping they do it better than Marvel. Why am I saying that? Why am I giving shade to Marvel on this? Why? Because I was disappointed with the lineup of Civil War. You can have your opinions on that. A lot of people like the movie. I think it's a good movie too. I'm disappointed with the lineup. Why? I feel like they should have included like the Netflix people. I mean, maybe they didn't have them at the time, but still, I felt like instead of being like, this is Spider-Man's first movie, I feel like you should have done maybe a little more setup, which I think this is what Nintendo's trying to do. They had cameos in the last one. They have cameos in this one. I can definitely see them being like, okay, third movie, we're doing like the trilogy of Mario movies and then Smash movie. Or something else comes up like Link, all these other Kirby, Pokemon, for all I know. Granted, that could just go over already with, be like, oh, there's Ash, there's Red, there's Blue. People know that crap already. So, those movies tend to go straight to streaming, if I recall. So, don't know, but let's see. Some cameos, even if some are a bit too in your face. I think that was the whole Rob one that I was talking about. Instead of subtle background ones, Fox McCloud stands out just because he's not a quick cameo. He actually has a role to play in the story. Not going to say what, but yes, he does play a role, and I think it does come off well. It comes off well done, and I think the Critical Drinker said it best, is where you could definitely see him getting his own movie with all the other characters that cameoed. And by that, I mean like the Fox McCloud reference. Like, you got Falco in it. You have all the other ones. You had a barrel roll, for God's sake. Yes, fine. Spoiler. Spoiler. A barrel roll. That's as far as I'm going out with that edginess here. Okay. But who would have guessed? Who would have thought? Huh? Does Fox do a barrel roll this movie? What do you think? Do you think he would? Or do you think he just makes a joke and be like, there's no need to do a barrel roll. Come on, give me a break on that. All right. I love the references and callbacks to the original games. It's great for anyone who grew up with the 8-bit classics, as well as fans for more modern titles like Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. They had moments where it's like when a cartoon show puts cartoons on their TV or something like that, and it looks even jankier than the cartoon. Or, and I think they should do the other way around, where it's like, oh, a cartoon watching TV and it's live action. Be like, oh, this is animated or something like that. Be like the opposite. I think that's the better way of doing it. But it's you get that kind of feel when it comes down to that. Like I said, 8-bit for people who love the 8-bit classics. But then there's also stuff like from Mario Galaxy in this movie as well. If you remember the Star Bunnies, they show up in the movie as, again, it's technically a cameo, but technically you don't really do much with them. But yeah, those guys show up at the beginning of the movie. And surprised that they don't actually have any merch on those Star Bunnies. Because my daughters loved it. The other half loved it. My old lady liked it. I mean, like, yeah, it's like I'm surprised that they didn't do merch with that. And I looked online. They don't. They have some merch, but I think it's not a plush. It ain't a plush. Um, the music delivers too. It has strong callbacks to the classic themes and first movie. Plus brand new songs that capture the flair of Super Mario Galaxy and even Super Mario Bros. 2. Um, that with the visuals. Again, not trying to be like, oh, everything's like, hold on. Just want to make sure that's that. They had references to Super Mario Galaxy 2. So when I did my review on the Galaxy preview, there was a rat with glasses on. And I'm like, who the heck is this? Turns out it was a Super Mario Galaxy 2 character with Birdo. Which you see at the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. Technically, I'm not spoiling anything. Uh, it's the rat with glasses and throws bombs. I never played that one, but I was like, oh wow, okay, so it's fun, like to see those callbacks and like, oh, learn about this stuff. Um, the story gives off that pure, I think, Mario feel for a game wise, not like this movie's all about Mario. It reminds me of how Mario would casually team up with bad guys for things like soccer, tennis, kart racing, without yeah, that I have Super Mario Strikers. You can have Mario and Bowser on a team. Is it good? Maybe not. Probably not. But uh, the game has it like within world, and people are like, why would he invite him, Bowser, to this? And I think that the game adds, or not the game, the movie makes it seem like that. Not trying to spoil anything. But the plot splits into two separate adventures. You get Peach, who gets some exciting moments, including a fight in a casino. Uh, while the Mario Brothers have a world menu style sequence where they fix problems across Mushroom Kingdom. This is between the Bowser Jr. and the moment from the trailer and the Peach going away scenes. So not really doing much. That's where you get to see Luigi in the frog suit moment, and I think it's just a fun little detail for people who have played the games and expect a map like that, which you kind of get it with the map world or the map room map where they do that. But I think that's exactly what you were looking at when it comes down to those little cutscenes or like montage. Bowser Jr. Gets a solid arc trying to prove himself to his father. And by solid, I mean, like, are you looking for the greatest acting ever? No. Am I looking for the best script ever of like what's no. But he gets a solid arc trying to prove himself to his father and I think there are moments that add nice heart. Because if I recall, you usually see Bowser Jr. with the Koopa kids, and then not really much with Bowser in general. He's usually like the last one, and I'm trying to remember like earlier than that. I'm thinking about the Super Mario, Super Mario Party, or just Mario Party, and I think these guys are different now. You got Bowser Jr. or J- something like Junior Bowser or something like that. I can't remember the different named character, and then he ends up squashing him or something like that. Or I'm just getting completely blown off with the lore. So, and I'm just going off of out of my arsehole to be more British in my endeavors. But I think I think it I think it was fine. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But then again, I'm a guy, and I think my daughters enjoyed the Rosalina Princess Peach arc more. So, but that's fine. It hit audiences from multiple angles, which can be overbearing sometimes. But I think it wasn't like 20 angles. I think this was more like 4 angles. So I think it worked better with that because some movies just like to go here, 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 here. Like take Game of Thrones for example. You never know who's right or wrong. Never. So it's like this is a kids movie. Like we're gonna go with like you hit that demographic, you hit that demographic. We might not hit that demographic, but that doesn't matter. They're not our demographic. You might want their money, but it's not their demographic. We want the guys that want to, pay. It's like, oh, we're appeasing another. If you appease one demographic, you don't appease another. If you want to be successful, you appease your own demographic. Hopefully, I'm doing that right now. I gave myself a like, so there's that. Um, but let's see. If you want to give me a like, I appreciate it. If you don't give me a like, I still appreciate it if you give me a comment. Why? Because you can give me feedback. Better feedback than a like or dislike. I can know what to do better. Jeez. I know you don't want me to succeed, but that's low. The jokes I think land well. Granted, I think I said at one point, like I said, the Rob joke I think landed well. My daughters laughed at that. I'm not gonna go into it. It's a funny joke. There's some jokes that didn't work. There's some that really hit if you played the games. Yeah, I think that's where you're at. You don't really need too much knowledge. Like I said, I never played Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 2. I played other games. I never even beat the Super Mario Bros. On my Game Boy. That's what I had it on. Never could beat it. I know I played you play Super Mario Wii, stuff like that, sports like kart. I like the tennis and I like the soccer, but I remember playing that on GameCube. So, but either way, that's not really lore heavy. I think I did play. I played a good bit of Wonder. I played Wonder for a good bit. Never beat it. I got through like 3/4 of the game, and then I think my daughters wanted to keep playing it, and then I just moved on. So that's what happens when you make gamer kids. They want a game. But granted, they're not gaming right now. They're at school. um, okay, so now on the flip side of what didn't work well, I might get into some good stuff too. Bowser Jr. as the main bad guy, I don't think always felt that powerful, even until the very end. There's not really much setup to show off his skills, aside from the rescue scene, which he technically screwed up. So I don't think he made it the best end boss fight. I feel like they could have done it better because it seemed like it was like, okay, Bowser's taking it. It was definitely a father son boss fight, which I don't know. As I'm thinking of like Bowser's Fury because I remember seeing the beginning of that game and be like, oh, okay, well. Bowser Jr. is asking Mario for help. Interesting. Maybe I'm getting that kind of stuff, being like, I don't know. But uh, that's just my opinion. But I'm not trying to go too heavy with the criticism on this stuff. I mean, the jokes are good. Some are pretty game specific, which might go over the heads of the newer fans. As I said, I remember laughing at one joke, and my daughters or everybody else and be like, "Who?" And this is the spoiler cameo. Everybody in the room, because this is a 9:30 showing in the AM with a bunch of kids watching this movie, like, and adults too, grand, but mainly kids. Like, there was like this one kid that kept on staying over my head and like grabbing the railing, and my seat's back, and I'm like, and I feel my coat move. I'm like, what the? Turns out it was a kid. So I could hear the reactions of like the kids and people. I remember with that one spoiler cameo I'm not telling. I remember laughing my butt off. I don't know, and the kids I think just didn't get it. Uh, it was like it had a follow up joke after it, but it essentially that was it. It just didn't go on from there. Um, let's see, where was I? Yeah, at times it felt like the movie was pushing kids to go home and play more Mario games on their console. It did. It really, it worked. It worked because because I said already, my daughter bought Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and I was like, sure, we'll get it. Um, I I I ended up playing a little bit of that game too. Like the next day or so, she played a good portion of that game as well. But she's learning to read, so it took her a bit longer. So either way, I think it's good. Like, the Mario games are good for, I think, learning to read at least, because they do have bold words on the important words, but then there's also uh the you get complicated words. Um, well, yeah, I can't. I say yeah. There's complicated words in this, but I can't remember any of the stupid words. But there are like, she'll say something, like she'll see a word and be like, oh yeah, no, that's leprechaun or something. Like, she'll be like, leprechaun, get through this, and it's let's or something like that. She'll assume words, and that's bad. So there's that. Anyway, while the jokes are good, some are pretty game specific. Oh yeah, I already went through that. That was that note. The story is split into two ventures. That was a criticism. It is easy to follow. The pacing throws a couple of wrenches that keep things from feeling perfectly smooth. I remember one scene where I'm like, where's Bowser Jr. or where's Rosalina at this time? And if I recall, it was like one scene later. It was like, oh, there they are. I think like stuff like pacing, I think could have been better in one area. But then again, it was very flashy. It was very constant with things. So I think it's because maybe it was three plot points. You got I can't. You got Peach, Mario, and Bowser/Bowser Jr., which is the evil guy, because they don't really interact too much throughout the movie, aside from the Bowser thing and then the ending, it seems. So yeah, yeah, I think that's kind of really my issue with that, is like, I wish they fought more, I think. Or at least had more scenes together, or like doing stuff like that, like, or more visually of them doing stuff together. Like I said, I thought, like, with Bowser Jr., he had the thing at the beginning and then at the end, but I don't think that was enough because he's smaller than Bowser. He turns into a Bowser. We have a Bowser. though. So what makes him more scary than the other thing, which I guess is the paintbrush. I never did play that one. So uh so yeah. My overall verdict is that the Super Mario Galaxy movie is decent. It's a fun kids movie with a plot straight out of a Mario game. I could say that. Simple, adventurous, and full of heart. It delivers stunning visuals, great music, and more cinematic version of the classic Mario storytelling. So, like I said, like you're going from like in the like I said, the plot straight out of a Mario game, except you're adding more what's it called? You're adding more heart, like detail, like voice, like make context with the movie compared to a game, which in a game it's really headcanon at that point. Like take Super Mario Bros. 1. Like Super Mario Bros. You don't exactly have text boxes besides she's in another castle, and all you know is that they're plumbers, and they're going up in and out of pipes and whatnot. So, I mean, simple, adventurous, full of heart. I think it delivers on that. Uh, Older gamers who grew up with these games will definitely get a kick out of the references and callbacks, while kids who don't know much about Mario can still have a good time. My daughters did. They, like I said, it was nuts on how many kids kind of reacted in this, and I think it is exactly where the target audience was. It hit the line, and it made its bank because of it. It knew what it was trying to hit. It stretched out, but not stretched out beyond its means of target audiences. Like if this was a movie straight about Peach and Rosalina and call it the Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Galaxy movie, I don't think people would like this at all. Be like, why are you calling it the Mario Galaxy movie? It'd be the Peach Galaxy movie. Change it. I saw plenty of happy reactions in the theater. That's mainly what it was, and that was for kids. So I didn't look at the adults' reaction, because that's what the critics are essentially. I'm looking at the kids' reactions, and they loved it. Will it be a classic? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a classic. It could, but it's clearly better plotted and easier to follow than the Minecraft movie. Granted, I had a bad experience watching that movie in theaters, but still, that one was more jumpy, and there's like, why? Like where, like it was a whole new dimension rift. That movie had its own things. Honestly, that rates with the Emoji movie on ranking Minecraft movie. You can like it all you want. It's not great. But I will give the Mario movie, and I think I gave 8.5 on the last one out of 10. This one I'm giving a 7.5 out of 10. I'm not saying this movie is worse at all. I think for what it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's not going to blow everybody out of the water. That's clear for certain. I had my issues. It's not awful at all. It's a good movie. Like it was made for kids. So I went into it thinking, this is made for kids. I am an adult. I should not get overstressed on how things happen in this movie, which is exactly what it is. I went in to have fun. I had fun watching it, which is exactly why I think this movie did so well. It did not go be like, oh, let's hit the transgender audience. Let's hit the Christian audience. No, it did none of that. Maybe the Christian audience, but that's just from gut feeling, because it's like, oh, you have a man saving a woman. No, you also had Peach in this too, being, as I said in the first movie, which is a good setup. I think to show that Peach is the hero or is a hero and can do this stuff. It's not, but it's also not balls to your wall girl power like what Marvel did at the very end of Endgame. God, that was so cringe. The cringiest part of Endgame will forever, or anything I've seen, the cringiest part of that was all the women showing up to save Peter Parker. And I'm like, really? Really? I just, it was just so hard to believe. So, in conclusion, it's not a perfect movie. It's not trying to be. It's a kid's movie done right. These Illumination Mario films are made well to keep children's attention while still entertaining the adults in the room. It's exactly what I just said. I never felt forced into any part of it. I think the only thing I had forced was the one scene that I felt like where is Peach? Excuse me. Where's Bowser Jr.? Where's Rosalina? That about that. The only pressure came. Okay, yeah, I have this written down. The only pressure came from my kids begging for the merch afterward, and we got merch beforehand because it was a Mario Party thing. So they got a Luma pin. I got a Luma pin. I don't know where my Luma. I think I thought I put my Luma pin on my hat. Not this hat. A different hat. I could be wrong. Anywho, but I do. Oh no, I put it up with my mementos. Like if you recall Yandu from Guardians of the Galaxy, he had his little mementos kind of stuff like that of like, I don't know, maybe his life events. I have stuff like that too. I have a whole memento thing. So like my first car, which is a little Matchbox car that I got from my mom on my 16th birthday, a little German wristband from my time in Germany. Granted, I have this to prove for that too. But that's this channel. Why? I drew it in Germany and I got it tattooed on me the next year. And then in doing this channel, I ended up using it as the symbol for my channel. So you don't like it? Oh well. I'd say give it a watch, especially on the big screen with good seats. These movies are always a spectacle in theaters. Definitely a spectacle. Always in the theater. If you don't have if you have a great setup at home to watch it, and you don't, and like, then sure. Like if you got like that, or if you got one of those glasses that just puts on there like VR, then yeah, I'd say watch it something like that because it will be good. For that, 3D, I think I could see it in 3D. I know when I saw the first one with my daughter, we did see it in 3D as well. But there was definitely a scene where and that was during the time of 3D being on its way out. So there is that. So yeah, if you have seen the movie, let me know what you think in the comment section off to the side there. If you're on Kick, you can write it down there. Don't forget to hit a subscribe or anything like that. YouTube, if you're on YouTube at this point, you should automatically know what to do. But you should leave a like, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did the visuals and music win you over? I don't think they're enough to win people over, but I think they're good enough for people to enjoy. How do you feel about Bowser Jr.'s role or the game references? I already told you what I thought. You can please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Excuse me. I had popcorn. And I mean like at the theater just now. Technically the same popcorn. I like stale popcorn. If you enjoyed this review, hit like, subscribe, and let me know what movie I should cover next. So, there is that. Now, I do appreciate you coming and watching this. So, but that is not all that I am doing, I think. Because let's take a look, Gander, here. Do that, and we'll raise that up. There we go. So, I have, that's Batman. I have, so, because of my notes of last week's, because of last week's whole thing, this is what I had for notes for Batman Year Zero. Can't really see it because of the light. But it goes up to here, and that's just the opening. Then, NPC Side Quest 6, Part 2. And then Batman Year Zero, Part 2. This is what I got. Again, maybe if you're listening, this is meant to be podcast form. Don't worry, I haven't changed any screen. You're just seeing a guy with a beard. I'm just also flipping up my notebook so you can see me write chicken scratch on paper. But Batman Year Zero, Part 2. The rest of it, I was going through. We have a whole thing, page. I have 3 pages just on the main bit of this. No, 4 pages. So I think that's what our next side quest is going to be about. Because it is currently 1:10. I have to get ready for work. But yeah, thank you for joining me on Kick or YouTube. I hopefully wasn't a clown.
Not a joke.
And I hope you can see this review, make your own judgment. Let me know down below what you think. If you are a future child of mine, or by future child, I mean the future of a kin of mine, hi. I'm probably gonna be. I'm want to do this, and if you like, because I'm fairly certain the internet's gonna be around for a long time. I'm gonna be dead at some point. This will be the only way to know who I am. So, and this is not gonna tell you who I am. This is just gonna be like, oh, Grandpa did this when he was younger. He did this. And then you're gonna be like, oh, I wonder what. And then it'd be great grandchildren. Who knows? Great grandchildren. Oh, you want to see what great grandpa did when he was young? And by young, I mean 30/28, depending on when you watch the time. Oh, that'll be. I'm going on a tangent. That'll be. That's what your great grandpa was like. He was an idiot. No. This is just the persona online. I'm actually much different by myself. Very quiet, very recluse. Do this to get out of the shell. If you want to know the true self, probably this would be it. Because people say some dumb shit online. And I know I do. But continue watching. Know what happens. If I don't start streaming, well, either something's happened, something good's happened, or something bad's happened. Or something. So, cover all the bases.
I'm retarded.
So, anyways, I will be back next week. Probably we'll be doing Batman Year Zero to cover that main bit. I'm sorry that we haven't done more with that. I was not expecting this much plot in Year Zero. But, I mean, I guess I could have expected it. It is the 0 year. So, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I know I'm stalling right now. I also want to watch Annulled and do my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, my game. Shout out to him. But with that, let's see. Can I do Can I even do a thing? I just realized I did it wrongly because now you don't have music. Can I? I'm live. Am I not live? Oh. Why? Why is my... Why is part... What? I'm... So, SideQuest 6 Part 2 and SideQuest 1 Part got mixed up with the same thing for some stupid reason. Yeah, well. I was hoping I could do like, oh, let's see live control room. Can I send stream health? Oh, there it is. Something went wrong. Original bitrate is crap. I don't know how to adjust my bitrate. Settings. Enable DVR. 360 video. What else can you see? Closed captions. Unlist live replay. No, we want that. We want people to look. A bitrate. Stream's current bitrate is 2,000. You want a bitrate of 6,000. I don't know how to change that. I'm looking at settings. I just wanted to oh, I can make a stream highlight video. Okay, well, isn't this lovely? I'm gonna stop streaming because I was hoping to, like, pass it whatever on to the next guy, but I don't think I can do that. Pop out dashboard. And yeah, I just get a search bar with something went wrong. So, always take her easy.
Gay!
Take her easy. Guys, always take her easy.